Hello, everyone. Brian Koberger has a court appearance today um, to look into change of venue. I haven't really been keeping up with stuff since surgery, but I do want to pull some cards because a bunch of you were asking. So let's just see what comes out. This is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not fact. That was travel in reverse that came out. I wonder if that means it's going to be denied, the change of venue. Oh, deep state in reverse. I didn't even ask a question yet. Did I say this is all alleged, my opinion, not fact? Travel in reverse, deep state in reverse are the first two cards out. Is it fair to say that somebody behind the scenes does not want this to happen, as in the change of venue? Timeline issue. Motel, hotel. Moving out of the county would cause an issue in timing with what? Two cards. Portal, false person. Someone behind the scenes does not want the venue changed. Moving the venue would cause an issue with timing, bringing in a false person. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I can say that. Is there someone on, or does this have something to do with the jury? New World Order in reverse, breakup in reverse. Connecting someone from the past. Is it fair to say that someone behind the scenes doesn't want this to move to a different county because of end of the road for neighborhood, because of something about the jury selection? Almost something along the lines of, if the case starts to go in this direction and we need to get to the jury, we can do that so long as the jury comes from this location that we have control over to some extent. Social media in reverse, fear. Okay, I think this is how I want to word this. Is it fair to say that someone behind the scenes does not want this trial moving to a different location because everyone in the potential jury pool that could be picked already sees this situation from the perspective they're supposed to see it from? Abuse and neglect. Confirmation. Intuition. I need to think about where to go with this. 1 second. Okay. Ooh, give me A description of Brian's thought processes today. Four of Cups reverse, Judgment in reverse, Hanged Man in reverse, Eight of Cups in reverse. Well, it's out of my hands, which is obvious. Feels like it's not going to go my way. It feels like I already know it's not going to go my way. So I'm using that to set up. You know how like Brian's team has asked for stuff and then it didn't happen and then asked for it again? It almost feels like that is what this is going to become. Like, okay, I anticipate going in and getting denied, but then I plan on using that to approach it from a different angle. This kind of gives like petty energy, almost like I don't know if petty's the right word. I know you're going to say no, and I'm expecting this to not go in my favor. So I'm using the way in which it doesn't go in my favor to try and flip it from a different angle. I don't know how that really translates in this case. Give me 3 cards. Anger in reverse, private property in reverse, weird science in reverse. I'm happy to expose happy to expose what is concealed about DRUGS. How does that play in there? Nobody's talking about it, so I'll talk about it. There's some like unspoken, let's try to do it this way. Okay, you don't want to do it that way? All right, you're leaving me no choice than to expose this between Brian and the prosecution. I don't know how to explain it. What's Brian's game plan right now for this court appearance? Okay, secret society, marriage wedding in reverse, egotism reverse. Disconnecting from a secret society and exposing someone's ego. No fear. No fear, just that's the same. No fear. Opposite of fear, love. I would love to expose someone's ego by disconnecting them from what's protecting them. What does that mean? You can't. You can't stop me from exposing. What's the snake representing? A connection. You're trying, okay, so from Brian's perspective, this person is trying to distance themselves from their connection with a group. I'm trying to have this thing moved. If I can't have it moved, you'll leave me no other choice than to reestablish the connection. Does it have anything to do with an officer who recently is stepping down? Oh no. Fired? That's where I saw it. The person who was stepping down. Give me a minute. I don't know where to go with this. Let's do it this way. About whatever we just talked about, let's do 2 cards from each of the 4. Xana to start. Assault, hit and run. Hit and run. I feel like this is going to go with Ethan's message. Assault, hit and run. Oh. Never mind, I got the message. The person that we just talked about with the fired card, are there certain pieces of the Idaho 4 case that were ignored so that the outcome could look the way that it needed to look when it comes to a cut and dry Brian suspect? Knife in reverse. 嗯 certain pieces of evidence not being properly processed and such, accidentally on purpose because of the desire for a specific outcome. Explosive in reverse to avoid everything blowing up in their faces. Certain evidence not handled directly to prevent everything from blowing up in their faces. What does that have to do with? What would have blown up in their faces? Huh. MK Ultra. 1 minute. We're gonna go to Ethan. See what Ethan has to say. Trauma in reverse. Transhumanism. That's direct. Is it fair to say that what I just referenced about certain things of evidence being disregarded so that the outcome was what they wanted it to be? stuff that happened to Ethan prior to the unalivings that was done by heartless people that made way for what eventually happened to happen. I don't know if I'm wording that very well. Ethan having something wrong done to him before the unalivings was swept under the rug, allegedly, no facts. Corrupt politician in reverse. A corrupt official having to back away from their post. Embezzlement. Okay, let's go. Let's confirm that. Ethan, are you pointing towards a corrupt official who has had to step away from the post of their duty because of something in the investigation that didn't quite fit the narrative of the picture that they wanted to paint? So someone covered certain pieces of the case up for a payday. Okay. Rebellion. Doing the wrong thing. That's a government official. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. It just came out. Environmental hazard in reverse. An official who's no longer in the same environment. All right, let's go to the next person. Maddie. Weather manipulation and control. I see what they're doing. Look, it's like the same pattern. Weather manipulation and control. So if there was evidence that something bad happened to some of the four or all of the four before the unalivings that correlated with the unalivings, and that evidence wasn't properly put into the investigation, what control did the lack of that evidence give somebody? So this evidence doesn't go in, it gives me control over blank. Flight risk. Getting Brian before he could get away. False accusations. Gives control over flight risk, false accusations. Oh, flight risk official. Is it fair to say that someone behind the scenes was making choices through someone who had the ability to make the choices when it comes to evidence? like I'm doing this because so and so is paying me to type thing. And the plan was always to have that person then step down or be removed at the end to try and burn the bridge of visible connection between the outside source and how they were working through certain people. Paper trail. All right. Because if everybody's focused on what did that guy do that he's having to step down, there's other things that could be happening to try and clean up certain other elements behind the scenes. Humanoid, that's the heartless energy data. Because then if anything comes out during the trial that looks bad, they can simply turn and blame it on the person who's no longer there already and say, we already took care of it. Truth comes out. Oh boy, give me a minute. I don't know if that was Maddie or Kaylee, and I can't go back without restarting the video. I feel like that was Maddie. I think this is Kaylee, but if it's Maddie, then sorry. I feel like it's Kaylee. All right, Kaylee. Curse in reverse. Riots and protests. Redirect the curse. Is it fair to say that they're setting up a situation where if anything goes a wrong way in trial, they already have someone who's disconnecting from the group so that if they need to have a fall guy, it can look like it's already taken care of by the person who's no longer with the department? Memories in reverse. It's like someone from the past. So disconnected, no longer with the department. Can we have 3 cards to make this whole thing make more sense? Or like sum it up or something? Terrorism in reverse. Lord. Murder for hire. Mm, I don't know how I should word this. Is it fair to say that the person that we refer to as the link that's behind the scenes that has a ulterior motive behind everything that unfolded, I don't know how to word this. I really don't know how to word this. That's appropriate for YouTube. poison. Is it fair to say that what happened with the 4 is essentially we're seeing the cap bursting off of a pressure cooker situation that had been unfolding for some time surrounding DRUGS that's much bigger than just Brian? Intoxication in reverse, much bigger than just intoxication for me in this case. When it's like we're talking a DRUGS problem in the community, intoxication would be like the step that comes before that. So it's like we're starting to see what's under the surface of what ended up unfolding in this case because of a pressure cooker situation that is going on in the area. Toxic food shortage. Taking in toxicity. I think I need to stop there. I don't think I can really say anything else. Get 2 more cards to end this. World leader in reverse. Sex in reverse. Is it fair to say that the person that we refer to as the link that I just referred to a little bit ago, is it fair to say that that person, there's some kind of filming of something that goes around, I guess, amongst groups, that is the surface level that's really covering up for an underlying major DRUGS operation? Like it looks like we're doing videos for OF, but actually there's DRUGS being distributed type thing. Project Bluebeam. Beaming it in. Is it fair to say that there's some kind of filming type scenario? And I'm not saying with the 4, I'm saying within the community, but that's the surface of what's being used to hide an underlying DRUGS moving operation. It looks like OF only fans, but is really change in reverse. No change. So it's still something that's happening. And that's why they know that if this case stays in the same community, that it will go the way that they want it to go. Political warfare. I think we're going to stop that one here. Can I have a password from Ethan just to like strategy coming up aces? All that's missing is the link. If the trial stays where it is, the link stays protected. Lost in reverse. Found it. That's the missing piece. Confession, great reset in reverse. If the case moves to a different location, it will be harder to prevent certain pieces of what was going on behind the scenes from coming out. Gaslighting in reverse. So being honest about things, being upfront about things. All right, that's it for now. I'm not going to go any further. This is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not fact. Have a good day.